We're in the lab today for a little bit of park science. Today we're going to be testing the Lightning Lane multipass. It's been in the news of late. I have done a lot of research, a lot of recon on this. I've been standby only for the past couple of years. Today we're going to find out what we can do, how we can best take advantage of the Lightning Lane multipass. We've got about 5.5, 6 hours. Let's see how well we can do. Let's get into some park science. And we are starting this session on a Thursday morning, just after 10 a.m. It is a Tier 3 day, so we should be expecting medium-sized crowds, I would guess, on a Tier 3. We're starting at 10 a.m. because for years I've been talking about rope drop strategies and how that relates to using your Lightning Lane. Rope drop, for me, that period is between 8 and 10 a.m. and I have long advised that you should be trying to hold off using those Lightning Lanes until after 10 a.m. Stand by those big attractions in the morning if you can. Maybe use it again, use that Lightning Lane again in the afternoon. So that's where we are at 10 a.m. One thing though that I will say, first bit of advice that I will give in terms of planning your Lightning Lane usage, especially if you're going to be arriving in the park later in the day, like 10 a.m. like we are now. Plan ahead. I looked at the tip board this morning at about 9 before I came to the park. Tip board was kind of wild, I'm not going to lie. It was a little scary. And so you can go ahead, before you even get into the park, you can book your first reservation. So I went ahead and did it, and I booked a Big Thunder for 10:40. The idea there, when you're planning ahead like that, is to try and grab one of those top five attractions: Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, Big Thunder, Runaway Railway, and I can't think of the other one at the top of my head. But there's 5. Matterhorn, yes. So you're looking for one of those. Now, what we found today was that Space Mountain was closed and that Indiana Jones was not looking great. So we opted for Big Thunder. And actually, this is where things already are going to get a little wild as far as trying to use Lightning Lane, because I'm already unable to book Indiana Jones. Let's look at that tip board that I found earlier. This was at 9:10 a.m. and so let's just take a quick look. Autopia 10 minutes, standby, but a return time of 25 minutes, which is a lot for Autopia. That should be a now. Buzz, 3:30 p.m. That just takes Buzz right out of our program right now. Indiana Jones is for 3:15. That's taking that out of our program. Matterhorn is nominal at 10:40, though I would like to see that a little earlier at 9:15 a.m. You don't want to see at 10:45 at Matterhorn. I'm trying to ride Matterhorn by then. Smuggler's Run is doable at 9:45. Pirates, doable at 10. Roger Rabbit, actually not bad at 9:55, but it's closed. Space Mountain closed. So we can't even try to beat that one. And we're already behind on Space Mountain. And then Star Tours is a now at 9:10. Which brings me to Indiana Jones Adventure. I am not going to be able to use Lightning Lane on this attraction, nor would I even try to normally. But this is already, we've gotten into our first wild card situation here where if I want to ride Indy, I'm going to have to go standby during this 5-6 hour stretch right now. It's posted 65 minutes. Let's go see if this is a possibility for us to try to use this attraction to fill in that 40 minutes until we get to Big Thunder. I will say that 65 minutes right now at 10:08 a.m. is pretty diabolical, and I don't have a good feeling about this. Indiana Jones may be off our calendar for the time being, because this is looking very, very undoable right now. No chance. Nope. It may or may not. Oh, golly. Okay, so that's a full queue. This is 100% full. Past the bottles and everything. This whole section right here is probably going to be about 25-30 minutes plus 5 minutes, 10 minutes there, and another 20 minutes inside. So yeah, we're looking at almost all of that 65 minutes. Now that's not to say that we can't ride Indiana Jones today. There's still hope for that in that window before 3:30, 4 o'clock. But we're going to have to use some diligence. We're going to have to be in the neighborhood to check in on standby to find out if there's any potentiality. But already we're discovering that it's not so easy. Lightning Lane is not so easy as just turning it on and getting into the front of the line. Kind of hover around the Adventureland area. Take a look at the tip board, see how we are right now. Autopia is 30 minutes with a return time now of over an hour. This is a kind of a diabolical start to our morning already. Buzz Lightyear is still closed, 3:45. What we're looking for is something to do for the next 20 minutes or so while we wait for our 10:40. Indiana Jones, yeah, 65. Return time in 7 hours already at 10:17 a.m. Matterhorn, the return time is 3 hours. Okay, Runaway Railway, 40 minutes, 105. Smuggler's Run, 60. Noon. Pirates, 20 minutes. Return time in 2 hours. And let's see. Oh, Jungle Cruise. Let me look at that real quick. That's where I am right now. It's not even on the board. Oh, that's right. I've got it set. Silly me. I had it set for Lightning Lane only. Alice, for goodness gracious. KC 35. Everything is so drastic. At 10 o'clock, 10:17 in the morning. Nemo 30. Jungle Cruise, they're posting it at 45. It says 50 right here. I don't want that because that's going to take us well into our Big Thunder window, and I need to close that window in order for me to book another Lightning Lane. I can't book another Lightning Lane until for either 2 hours or I ride Big Thunder. I can check in, I can clock into Big Thunder in about 25 minutes. What do I have there? Yeah, my time is for 10:45. I've got about 22 minutes before I can clock in. There's nothing I can do. What do I do? What do I do? Go to the Mad Tea Party? I mean, Mr. Toads, Peter Pan, everything is just undoable. Pinocchio? I mean, it's not that far, actually. Do we go all the way to Fantasyland just for a 15-minute dark ride, then come back? I guess we do. So that was about a 3-minute walk. It's 10:22 to get to Fantasyland, and we can look at all of these Fantasyland dark rides right now, but it doesn't look very promising. So Snow White is all the way out here. That's half an hour. Pinocchio was the most economical on the board when we checked it before. Peter Pan is obviously off the table. That'll interfere with our 10:40 goal, which is now 18 minutes away. Can I even do Pinocchio in enough time? No, not even close, you guys, not even close. Holy mackerel, what is happening today? No, that's 20 minutes. That's at least no, that's a half an hour. We'll go check Toads. I mean, I've got a few minutes to kill to just go ahead and walk around Fantasyland now. I've got maybe 12 minutes because it'll be another 4 or 5 minutes to walk back to Big Thunder to get to the Lightning Lane check-in. I already missed standby, you guys. I've been doing this just for 23 minutes. We have been on the clock for 23 minutes and I'm already exhausted by this. There's Toads, that is easily 30 minutes right there. 25, 30 minutes probably. Everything is full. I'm going back. We've got a few minutes to spare. We might as well enjoy the Pearly Band. At least that brought me a little joy. But yeah, I'm going back. I just have to wait. I have to go back to Big Thunder and just wait for 10:40. If the goal is to try to maximize Lightning Lane, right? I have it. I'm trying to maximize it. I mean, I could do other things, but that's okay. I'm gonna try to keep my composure here. But wow. Arriving here at 10:28, where the standby wait time is now 55 minutes at 10:28. This is just a kind of a shocking day that we're experiencing here. I have to say, I don't feel like this is going to be representative of the typical experience, but then again, maybe it could be. The reason why I hedge, the reason why I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if this is something that we should expect, is because I look at the tip board a lot. We do it at least once a week or so. And very often what I'm finding on the tip board is return times of now or now-ish. Very rarely do we see return times of hours and hours from now, except for the big ones, except for Space Mountain, Indy, sometimes Runaway Railways, sometimes Roger Rabbit. But otherwise there's usually some good stuff available. I'm not seeing that today, and I'm not seeing a lot of options here on standby. This feels so out of normal expectations. So I'm hesitant to say that this is the way it's going to be for everyone. We're going to have to do a few more reps of this before we can come to any kind of conclusion, I think. But for now, it's 10:31. I've got 9 minutes to just sit here and wait to scan my pass in at Big Thunder. Wow. I don't like it.
Maybe just another legend over here. Just ahead is the frontier where our journey ends. On behalf of our entire crew, I'd like to thank you for booking passage on Mark Twain River. At this time, we ask that you prepare to disembark. With your onward elements, please make your way down.
Hit the brakes. There we go. That's Disneyland right there. It even says so right there on the boat, Disneyland USA. Not checking my tip board. That's Disneyland. I want to just get on the Mark Twain right now. 10:38, and there is an informal collection of guests here that I can only assume is doing the same thing I am right now, waiting out in front of Big Thunder before redeeming their Lightning Lane. They're waiting for the time to come up. Just a small reminder, we're booked for 10:45. You can redeem 5 minutes early. You can check in 5 minutes early to your posted time, so I can check in at 10:40. Here goes the set. They just got there, or they're about ready to see. These guys are all 10:40 like me, or 10:45, and they're getting ready to go in there, check in for that. Getting into the Lightning Lane queue here at 10:40. I'm gonna guess this will take about 5 minutes, I think. Let's see. There we go. And we're good. And now I should immediately be booking another attraction. Let's see what's available to us. We will toggle that. Autopia at noon. Good gravy. Okay, we're on Big Thunder. Buzz is still closed. That's now 6:50. 12:45 for the Matterhorn. That's so far the earliest. 11:15 for Roger Rabbit. I might be down for that. Let's see. Oops. 11:15. 11:15 for Star Tours. Where's Runaway Railway? That's for 150. I mean, do I want to even ride Roger Rabbit? I mean, I'm not even sure if I do, to be honest. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go Star Tours. I guess. I think I'd rather ride Roger Rabbit, but then I'm at the other end of the park. Runaway Railway was not adjacent to that, that attraction. I would not have been able to ride it right away. So I'm going to do something close and then hope to maybe cash in Roger Rabbit after Star Tours and hope that the return time isn't too bad. But again, we're closed out of anything significant. We're closed out of basically Matterhorn, Space Mountain, Runaway Railway. What we could do on our way, because we're gonna have a couple minutes after we're done with Big Thunder, we'll check in on Indiana Jones. 10:43 and we've merged. But now we're, we should have another 5 minutes here. That'll take us to 10:48, and then 4 minutes on the ride, 10:52. We'll have a few minutes to, oh gosh, we've already booked. I keep thinking I'm gonna be able to book another one, but I can't, because I just booked Star Tours. So even if I went to Indiana Jones right now and found a 30-minute wait instead of a 60-minute wait, I would be that much late to getting to Star Tours in order to get another Lightning Lane after that. Eyeball. 10:47. That's our boat. And now it has begun to rain. So I have to switch to my iPhone now because I don't want to put out my main camera in the rain. $10:55 and we've made our way over to Adventureland because I want to check in on Indy. It was a disastrous no when we were here before. It's posted at 55 right now. It looks significantly lighter than it was before. If I can just find my way to the back of the queue first.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go on double.
Let's see. I mean, one option that I have is to invest, oh boy. Well, it's not as deep as it was. To invest the 35, 40 minutes at least here in the hopes that things get better and then book something for just after the time that I get out of here. So that would be, if we figure 40 minutes, it's 10:56 now, so that's 10:36. Sorry, no, 11:36. But I mean, looking at this tip board now, we've already, that Roger Rabbit one has already passed by, I think. Autopia is now at 1:40. Buzz 3:45, still not open. Matterhorn is at 2 o'clock almost. That's 2 hours from now. Runaway Railways 2:15. Smuggler's Run is 1:25. Pirates has jumped up to 2. That was at 11:30 just a few minutes ago. Roger Rabbit is now at 1:25. That jumped up 20 minutes. I'm just looking at, hold on. They've got 40 now here at the Jungle Cruise. That's posted 40 right now. And it's most of that. Space Mountain is open, but it's at 4:10. And so I'm stuck at Star Tours, I think. So the same exact scenario is occurring now for that Star Tours reservation. There's nothing I could do in between to sort of occupy that time other than making the walk over there. It's 10:59 now. I can check in in 10 minutes and then I can try to book one, but the earliest I can get right now is 1:15 for any attraction, let alone one I want to do. And that right there might be one of the hardest things that I'm trying to reconcile. Guys, I know this sounds like a very troubled video, a very, I don't want to use the word negative. I am just not used to this. Call it naivete. I've spent the last 2.5, 3 years, or however long it's been, studying standby and without that intimate knowledge of Lightning Lane. That's why we're here today, to sort of, get myself into that. It's just, this was completely unexpected for me. And the point I was trying to make just now is that instead of doing what I want to do right now, the tip board is my guide. The tip board is telling me what to do. Do I necessarily want to go on Star Tours right now? No, probably not, but I'm sitting here trying to find the most economical way to use the system, and it's forcing me into these attractions instead of, maybe trying to just getting in the Indiana Jones queue, because what the heck, that's actually not a bad wait, 40 minutes or 45, it's not terrible. But I don't want to, because if I spend 45 minutes in Indiana Jones right now, that's only going to make it more difficult to book another Lightning Lane later. They're climbing fast. The times are just escalating quickly. We went from 11:30 for Roger Rabbit to 2 o'clock? The show's gonna be over in an hour. We've been here on the clock now for 1 hour and 1 minute. It's 11:01. We started at 10 a.m. and we've done one attraction. And here we are into the Star Tours queue at 11:10. Take a look at that wait right now for 55 minutes. Bring it up because it's emblematic of how rare a day this is. You do not see Star Tours hitting 55 minutes on an average day, certainly not at 11 a.m. So while we are having a very difficult time getting things done with Lightning Lane, I don't believe, again, that this is representative of the typical experience, unless we are about to hit some sort of crazy period at Disneyland, which is possible, I suppose. I feel like the average experience is probably going to be a little bit better than what I'm getting today. This is why this is going to be a multi-trip test. I'm going to probably do 2 or 3 or 4 of these just to kind of get some sort of benchmark and expectation. All right, mixing at 11:14. I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, if there's no, probably not. I wonder, in some cases, in some rides, they have one queue for standby and another queue for Lightning Lane. They do that at Pirates, for example. I wasn't sure if they did that here, but I have a feeling we have mixed. We are both standby and Lightning Lane now. Okay, let's take a look at the tip board once more, because we can now get another one. 12:45 for Autopia, no thank you. Buzz is still closed. Indiana Jones is now 8 p.m. Matterhorn, 2:30. That might be our best option, and I'm gonna have to wait for almost 3 hours. Let's see. Runaway Railway, 2:50. Smuggler's Run, 2 p.m. That's 2 hours and 45 minutes from now. 2:15 for Pirates. 11:55. There it is. We are going to book Roger Rabbit for 11:55, and then I want to keep looking, actually, because I may want to change that. So let's go Roger Rabbit. So there's, oh, I thought that says 1:55. Oh dear. And then Star Tours. Oh my gosh, what has happened? What did I just book? I don't want 1:55. Okay, we're gonna cancel that. I thought it said 11:55. I do not want to. Let's start over. 12:45, no thank you. Big Thunder, we already did. Buzz, 2:30, 1:30 for Runaway Railway. Thank you, thank you. Smugglers 2, Pirates 2:15. Wait, where was Matterhorn? 2:30. God, it's excruciating. 12:20. God. Roger Rabbit 2. Okay. I think Matterhorn is our best bet.
Alright, stay together, humans! Whoa!
Hey, look, it's Patrick.
Looking, I'm sure everything is fine.
I've seen you before.
Sure.
Good to see you.
That is 11:20 to our vehicle, so 10 minutes to get to this point.
The captain isn't on board yet. You know I can't find this thing. No, neither can you. We need a proper pilot. Where are we going? Warning, hold on. Thruster malfunction. Thrusters are very important. We've been hit! Oh, to do something!
Good luck, Star Tours. And may the Force be with you.
Yes, I believe these are her rules. Her are the legendary space whales. Quite extraordinary. And so sweet. I do hope you have enjoyed your flight and watch out!
So it's 11:40, having finished Star Tours, and the pressure's off now, I guess, to hit another Lightning Lane attraction. Since we booked our 2:30 for Matterhorn, we'll be able to get another one at 1:15. So I guess we're going to use this opportunity first to head over to the Harbor Galley. Going to have some quick lunch there. It's just so strange how this day is evolving. I've now got 2 hours to kill. So we're going to grab some lunch at the Harbor Galley, and then we'll check in once more on perhaps Jungle Cruise or Indiana Jones, and then go from there. On our way to New Orleans Square and Harbor Galley, we're going to do a drive-by here at Indy, where I'm seeing a posted wait time of 70 minutes. We can hope that is that is a call to action for people to stay away. See if that doesn't improve the situation here at all. We've got a standby queue developing out here, which is not good. Not great, but it all depends on where the queue is back here. But I would be willing to delay my lunch if we had an opportunity here at Indiana Jones. Let's see. I do not see, okay, no, they're back here. That's not good. Nope, 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 nope. We are still a no-go. That might be a legit 70 minutes. For Indiana Jones. My heavens. Cheers, flashback. Lunch is complete at the Hungry Bear, and I have found myself at Adventureland for, what, the 4th time now? I am desperate to see if there's a gap in Indiana Jones. Let's go look. And that right here is the back of the standby. Hey, how are you? It's posted at 60. I actually this doesn't scare me so much. That's actually almost a good sign, because it means that they have shortened the queue in there a little bit. So if we find, or we could find, an agreeable queue back there, let's go look. Or it could also mean that the queue is super duper packed still. I'm prepared for that. And it doesn't look good. My optimism was not rewarded. Nope. Although it looks to be moving pretty briskly. There's a lot of movement in there. I like that, but it's just full. This This is all of that. Anytime you see the queue beyond the bottles, then you pretty much know you've got yourself a full situation. But that's at least, from right here, you're looking at 45 minutes. But then we got it, you know, stretching out all the way around there. It's 12:16 right now, so our options are standby. Well, unless we find a bargain somewhere in Lightning Lane, but considering how things have been going today, I find that highly unlikely. So we can look at perhaps Jungle Cruise. I just spotted they're still using the secondary queue back there, so that's still a good 35-40 minutes. Our target is to be done by 1:15. That's when we're eligible to grab another Lightning Lane and then make our way over to, when is it, 2:30? No, we're not going to be able to ride a Lightning Lane until 2:30 at the earliest. I have to get used to the rhythms of, you know, when to book Lightning Lanes, because I keep thinking I need to be done, I need to be available or finished with an attraction by 1:15 in order to book one, but we are now under the cool-down period, the 2-hour cool-down period, which means I can do that from anywhere. I could be anywhere in the park and book my next Lightning Lane. I don't have to be finished with an attraction, so I could be in the middle of a queue and do that. Now, what kind of result we get is going to be another matter, and it's probably going to be an attraction that we won't even be able to get to, because as I mentioned, our window for this test today is 3:30, 4 o'clock. So, and that's not because I want to keep a narrow window, it's because I got somewhere to be today. So I can't invest the whole day, and maybe that's what, you know, this getting Lightning Lane is, it really is an all-day experience. It really is. So that does increase our opportunities. You know, we can still maybe get that 6 o'clock Space Mountain if we wanted to, you know, if you're going to be here that late. The limitations that I'm going through right now are self-inflicted. That's not the park doing this to me, but having said that, it's still a bonkers day. This is still a nuts day, and things are not going as well as I had hoped. Wow. Full. Peter Pan completely full. Snow White looks better than it did before. It was double switched out here earlier.
Hey, you guys actually got a good amount of stuff.
That's 25 minutes there, maybe 25. Pinocchio has also lightened up. All of this was full earlier this morning. Still out the threshold. Still looking at 15 or 20 minutes. And even the Mad Tea Party's popping out here. This is still not that bad though. That's still just 15 or 20 minutes, even though the queue is all the way out here. And it is Mad Tea Party after all. Meanwhile, Alice looks pretty normal actually. It says 40, but that's a fairly standard. That's 25 or 30 minutes right there. But in the end, that little tour of Fantasyland just cost me about 15 minutes. I just noobed that whole situation because I decided I'm gonna go back.
Hey, I seen your blog.
Hi guys, I'm gonna go back to New Orleans Square and jump in the Pirates queue. Reason being, logic there is, even though it's a Lightning Lane attraction, I would have preferred using a Lightning Lane on that one. That's not gonna happen today. But it's the kind of attraction that is still efficient. It's posted at 45 right now. But I have a feeling we can beat that pretty easily. It's a very fluid attraction. So we'll be able to do that with, you know, time to spare before getting to our Matterhorn attraction, which is 125. I thought it was 2, but it was actually 125. But in any case, I like doing attractions. I like Pirates, whether or not you're using Lightning Lane there, because it's a quick try. I would do the same thing for Small World. If it were open, I would have gone to Small World back there. But yeah, so I knew that I am learning a little bit today, but understand I am a quick study, and I can process information quickly. And before you guys know it, I'm gonna have this thing on lockdown. course, there is always the Mark Twain, right? I said before, I wish I could get on Mark Twain. I could. Anytime I want. I feel like the Mark Twain is just about the most perfect gap filler in a day. If you have a gap, like you're using Lightning Lane and you have a gap where you're trying to waste some time, that's the one right there. Pirates could be one, although it is a long, it'll take you 45 to an hour because it's a long ride, and the queue is going to be at least 30, 40 minutes probably on a day like this. So this could take us all the way to hour 125, which, by the way, we are approaching the queue now at 12:30, and it's posted at 45 minutes. And then you've got, a 10-minute ride. And I keep thinking, I gotta be out of the queue. I don't. I can do it while I'm on Pirates. I can get my next Lightning Lane while I'm on the ride. And into the queue at 12:31. That was, in fact, about a 12-minute diversion between Adventureland over to Fantasyland and then back here at New Orleans Square, 12 minutes. And the time is still posted at 45, and I can see this is stretching out into New Orleans Square. So here we go. Moving right along, 10 minutes, and we have completed that extended stretch back there into New Orleans Square, and we're now on the bridge. All right, 14 minutes to the threshold. They actually jumped it up to 50 while we've been in the queue, but this is going pretty well. We're at 14 minutes, and I would expect this queue, which has been reconfigured a little bit, by the way. They've rerouted some of these, the chains in here. But I'm going to guess another 20 minutes in here, and then we'll be in the building. So we're definitely going to be under 40, I think. And while we've been standing in this queue, I have had something of an epiphany, an observation, really fascinating one. And I want to share it with you, but I'm going to wait until we get out of the attraction, because I want to be able to project. And I'm curious how many other people are going to agree with this assessment. Interesting. 21 minutes, and we have reached the top. We're just a few minutes away from entering the threshold. This has gone exactly, even better than I had hoped. This is why I love Pirates of the Caribbean, why I love Small World, why I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, because even though they're all on Lightning Lane, you don't need to use it here. It's a wonderful, perfect little gap filler, the exact kind of thing that I needed, and you don't feel like, you're drudging through the queues. It moves quickly. It's pleasant. I'm happy with this. I'm fine that we didn't have to view Lightning Lane on this one. It doesn't even need it, man. Even quicker than I thought. Where are we? Wow, 23 minutes. We'll be under a boat in just a couple minutes. Love it. I love the sound. I was just realizing that I love the sound of the boats coming in. Some people love the smell of Pirates, of the water, but I love that sound of the boats arriving. It's our boat at 1:17. Listen. That's so great. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Strike your feathers, dearie. Show 'em your flock. Hey!
I say quit. Mangy what?
All right, and it's 1:17 as we deboard Pirates of the Caribbean, exactly when we are eligible to pick up another lightning lane. So let's scan what's available. Am I reading that right? We can do Autopia at 1:55. I mean, I might go for it. Oh, pardon me. We could do. Oh, the Buzz is still closed. Indy is at 9:20. Oh dear. Indy. Let's see. We are still set for. Oh, we got 8 minutes to get to the Matterhorn. I could actually pick one up now before, and then go on the Matterhorn and get another one. I think? Question mark. Wait, I got to think about that. Runaway Whale 435. Smuggler's Run 225. I mean, that's interesting. Pirates we just did. I could do it again because we went standby. Roger Rabbit 330. Balachichi. Space 725. Star Tours, we already did that one. So that's it. So we could do Autopia at 1:55. But that's an interesting question. I need to ponder that for a second. If I book Autopia now and then go on Matterhorn, do I now have, can I book another one? Or does the window kick in again? Does the 2 hour window kick in again?
Well, we'll try our best.
Why is that baffling me? So I booked it. I booked the Autopia, but it changed the time on me. This is the second time it's happened today, by the way. And I don't know if I have the screen capture set correctly, but when I looked at it, it said something like 2:30. But then by the time I saved it, it booked me for 3:20. Or no, it was 1:55, wasn't it? Oh gosh, I can't remember now. That's the second time that that's happened today. I had that happen earlier when I was trying to book another attraction. I wound up not booking it at all because it put it so far into the future that it didn't work for me. Guys, comment on, let me know if that's something that you see happen often, where like when mobile order, once you choose a time, you're locked in. They have sort of set it aside for you and have X time, to actually confirm that booking. But here, the time changes while you're trying to book it. I don't like that. And it is 1:23 as we approach the Matterhorn. We are now eligible. Now we're going to find out if that cooldown period applies to that Autopia. I think it will. I think it's not going to let me book another lightning lane here when I scan through. I have two now. I have successfully stacked 2 lightning lanes though, which is something that you can do if you wait the 2 hours. Now, I teased earlier about an epiphany that I had, an observation that I wanted to share with you. While I was in the Pirates of the Caribbean queue, I found myself to be quite pleased. I liked waiting in that standby queue, even though it was just out there in the open in New Orleans Square. I enjoyed it, and maybe it's because I have like a Disneyland blood kind of thing, and that Disneyland to me is more than just going on rides. I've said that 1,000 times over the years, and I will continue to say that forever. There is far more to Disneyland than just ride. That is not, to me, the way you should be going to Disneyland. And that's kind of what I was doing, is trying to tackle it. But being in queues is part of the Disneyland experience. Now, I get you don't want to wait in a 90-minute queue, but I mean, that was very pleasant. Waiting in the Pirates queue felt right. It felt very pleasant, and it made me sort of realize that I don't mind it. I don't mind waiting in standby queues. Not at all. I wouldn't, I'm heading to Matterhorn. I probably wouldn't mind waiting in this. I've been in this queue before. when it's 45, 60 minutes or something like that. I've done it, so it's not so bad, and I find myself missing that sort of casual approach to going to Disneyland. It's 1:26. I've been here on the clock now for just about 3.5 hours, and the most fun I've had today was going on Pirates of the Caribbean just now, waiting in standby, and just because I wanted to. I'm gonna have fun now at Matterhorn though. I've never actually used Lightning Lane at the Matterhorn. I've never made that right turn that we're about to make right now. And we'll be entering at 1:27. If I can, thank you, find my way in here. Oh, I feel so out of my way, peasants. I kid, of course. This is the most bougie I've felt all day today though. I didn't feel this way on Star Tours or on Big Thunder, but I certainly do, because I always look on this. I've done a lot of research on this queue. I have, here we go. I have, I've studied these queues a lot, and I always look and see what the Lightning Lane queue is doing, and you're very intimate with this queue, and it's interesting to see it from the other side. One.
Number 1. Go for number 1.
All right, so we're already through the mix point in 1 minute. We waited 1 minute to get to the covered area, and we'll wait 7 more minutes in here to get to our bobsled. And now let's see if I can book another one. I'm almost positive. Let's see. Runaway Railway, Smuggler's Run 450. I can book Pirates if I want to go again. I could. Star Tours, we've already been on that. So I guess we'll just go. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Where are we? Yeah, no, I can't. I cannot get one until 3:19. Now, one thing I'll observe at this point, and this is something that I thought we would encounter at least once today, and it's something that you probably should encounter on a typical visit. That is the point where I have just, crossed that 2-hour window, the 2-hour cool down. That's the point while you're waiting to go on your next attraction to try to find one that is return time is now, which does happen. There are often the case. We've been here with return time is now for some of your smaller rides, Buzz Lightyear, Autopia, that kind of thing. If let's say our return time for Matterhorn was 2 o'clock instead of 1:30, we had a half an hour to kill. You can knock out, you can stagger a couple of those Lightning Lane attractions after that cooldown period ends by doing Lightning Lanes that redeem now. But we didn't get that opportunity today, and that's why it's been such kind of a slog. And 1:35, and there's our boat, 8 minutes all in, 1 minute in the Lightning Lane queue, and 8 minutes or 7 minutes in the covered area. Stay dry, friends. Oh! Matterhorn always works. No matter how you get in there. Lightning Lane or standby. That was awesome. We've got an hour and a half to kill before our last Lightning Lane attraction. I think I'm going to try to brave Fantasyland right now. Look at this. You guys see any discounts in there? You see any Light queues. Oh boy. Wow. I found a little breathing room back here on the Pinocchio side. I think we're gonna go right in there. Spend some time here trying to catch a few dark rides. Got an hour and a half to get to Autopia. And we're into this queue at 1:54.
With a few safety reminders before you board. Remember.
And that's 2:03, 8 minutes.
To me, you ought to be alone.
You're going the wrong way. Hey, look out!
Oh wow, check out snow. Okay, it's 2:08. I feel like we've hit a little sweet spot right now here in Fantasyland, so we're gonna crash this Snow White queue at 2:08. I don't expect this will be much more than 20 minutes.
Well then, to be sure to ride safely, stay in your seat, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside, and oh yes, watch those precious children of yours. On your way now.
Magic mirror on the wall. With this disguise, I'll fool them all.
That, by the way, was got in the vehicle at 2:22. About I want to say 10 minutes that took. 12 minutes. I can't remember what time we got in there. This is gonna sound weird. This is gonna sound funny. I think I want to take another crack at Indiana Jones. We've got about an hour still, just under an hour before Autopia. I mean, I could do more dark rides, but I'm just obsessed at this point with seeing if I can find a crack in the Indiana Jones armor. Let's go back to Adventureland. Still running both sides up there at Jungle Cruise. Posted at 50 now. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a 50-minute standby at Jungle Cruise. So it does not bode well for Indiana Jones having an unexpected light queue. Here's the back of standby right there once more. This is where we found it last time we were here. Incredible how different this day has been from our myriad of other visits to the parks in the last few months. State of Disneyland reports, etc. I don't think I've seen a day this consistently busy in quite some time. Yeah, it's the same. Nothing has changed. Often, many times, I have come to Indiana Jones throughout the afternoon, putting in an hour or two in between and seeing drastic changes in the queue from super, super packed to almost empty, back to super packed again, at all times in the day. This is the most consistent that I have seen the Indy queue in as long as I can remember. And maybe it's just because I'm hyper aware, or maybe it really is just that kind of day today. Wow. Well, while we're in Adventureland and while we have some time to kill, we're gonna do a little extra recon. They have added mobile order to Tropical Hideaway. So I just placed an order for a Dole Whip float, and we're gonna spend some time here trying to figure out how to collect this thing, because I have been really curious to see where they would put the mobile order pickup. Okay, let's see. Now I'm first going to assume it's not in this queue, right? Because that's very clearly standby. Where? Okay, now before they had this area roped off right here. Oh, there we go. They've just got a cast member out here posted with a data pad. All right, that's actually about as good as I could have expected, because I couldn't figure out where they would do it up here. Especially if they're selling, you can mobile order a Dole Whip, not just the hot food down here, but an actual Dole Whip. So I don't know if are they gonna bring it out to me? I already kind of hate this. This is giving definitely Rancho Dos Acalo vibes when they try to make that a mobile order. Well, that's slightly better. They've created a little lane right here just to the side for these mobiles. Oh boy, I still don't like it very much. God, I love Dole Whips.
These will be against the wall, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Look at that beauty. It seems smaller. The cup. Am I crazy? Is that smaller? Gonna have to do a little research on that too, man. Let's see if I can go back and find some video, because it feels small. It feels less significant in my hand than it used to. But that did only take just like two minutes tops. This queue does not take very long though. The waiting standby, it's maybe a 15-minute wait. It looks like it would take forever, but it doesn't, because most of these people are getting Dolps and it takes just a minute for them to make it. Plus you get to hear that chill music while you're waiting. It's kind of nice. It's like waiting, in standby at Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a very Disney thing to do. Cheers, fresh baked. There's not much better than a Dole Whip float at Disneyland, at the Tiki Room. The show's about to begin.
I am Kennedy, goddess of fire and volcanoes. Some say I torment Purnagindi, the earth balancer. Oh, when my violent temper rises, the earth trembles on its foundation.
I don't have to work very hard to do a little recon. That's the cup I'm used to. Is that one there? They use a different cup at Tropical Hideaway. I don't know.
Vahini me kyoni mana, ladies and gentlemen, come with us to a world of joyous songs and wondrous memories. Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room.
There was one around the
Please place your eyes into the center of the room, that is.
So that's 3:17 exiting or having exited Tiki Room. We've taken the 2-minute trek to get to Tomorrowland in that time. 3:17, perfect timing. Perfect timing to go hit Autopia. We can get on right now, and I can book another lightning lane. Let's go check and see what's available. Mind you, I'm not going to actually book this because Autopia is our last attraction for the day. Our day is set to end between 3:30 and 4, which this Autopia will take us right there. But okay, so Big Thunder we've done already. Buzz Lightyear still closed. Indiana Jones is not offering a lightning lane. Matterhorn is done. So let's see, we got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's for 8:45. That's 5 hours from now. Smuggler's Run is available to us, but not until 8 o'clock. 5 hours almost. Pirates, 7 hours. My God. Okay, so 5 hours for Roger Rabbit. Space Mountain they're not offering, and Star Tours we already cashed in. And that situation right there summarizes the peril that you might face if you endeavor to hit every lightning lane attraction in one day. You'd think it would be easy, right? But I can book one now for 8 o'clock, right? I could book one now for 8 o'clock, and then I can get another one in 2 more hours, which would be 5:20. So that's 2 of those. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. And we might be able to get in one more if we did another, 2 hours after that at 7 o'clock. They're probably going to be gone. So realistically, one could say I've got 2 more lightning lane attractions that I could do today. Period. 2 more at 3 o'clock. I'm going to do this Autopia, and then we might have time to do 2 more via lightning lane. I was not expecting that. Now again, I can't remember the last time I've seen return times for 5 hours from now for even just the most basic rides like what was it? I can't remember now. Yeah, Runaway Railway. Well, it's not basic. Pirates, 7 hours for Pirates? No way. Roger Rabbit, 5 hours. We'll do this real quick. I never would have thought this is the reality. Even look at that, wow. By the way, the posted wait time here was 45 minutes. We're gonna be around the corner here in 2 minutes and be in our vehicle in about 5 or 6. So if you want to try to get all those lightning lane attractions in a day, you're gonna have to handle some of those. Standby. You're gonna have to. On even a moderately, this is a tier 3 day, by the way. We are tier 3, not the busiest day in the park. It's not a Monday, it's not a Saturday. And this might have been one of the hardest situations, I think. You know what, we're gonna have to do another rep. We're gonna have to do another rep. But before we get into that, well, that's gonna be in the future. Let's go ahead and enjoy one of my favorite attractions here at Disneyland Autopia, and then we'll wrap up with some of my takeaways from this first test of Lightning Lane Multipass. Let's go for a try. So takeaways, right? The first one that I would think of is that you do need to be prepared a little bit. I like the idea of setting up a lightning lane before you get to the park if you can. If you're not already here at 8 a.m., you're getting here at like 10 a.m. like I did. Do be prepared a little bit. The second thing that I realized today is I really like standby, man. I do like standby. It doesn't bother me. That was the Disneyland Railroad on the tracks. That's exciting. I was not prepared for the fact that I had as much fun or more just chilling at standby lines waiting for my turn like you're supposed to do at Disneyland. Now, things got off to a very, very rough start, but I have to say, in the grand scheme of things, we did okay, I think. We did in 5 hours, well 5 and a quarter, almost 5 and a half. We did 4 lightning lane attractions. We did 9 attractions total. I mean, when's the last time I've done 9 attractions in 5 hours? That's never, is the answer to that question. You can't do that without lightning lane. So there is that. Now, some of those weren't ones we wanted to do necessarily. And that's the other, maybe the third observation, and there goes the monorail, is that it does kind of put you off of your schedule and onto the tip board schedule. But like, I probably wouldn't have cared to do Star Tours necessarily today. I would have liked to have done Space Mountain or just any sort of, top 5 rides. We didn't get to do any of those. So those need to be managed with a little bit more thought, I think. How do you get on Space Mountain? It does, okay, here's another thought. It does give me a little bit more understanding on why people use lightning lane early in the morning. That one right there. Space Mountain is the toughest nut to crack. In the park, tougher even than Rise of the Resistance. And that is for both standby and lightning lane. You have to make the choice. Do you either try it earlier than you would want to, so it's like you're not really saving a lot of time, it's kind of a waste almost, like near, near or, my goodness, so many people, near or around rope drop? Or do you wait to book it at 10 a.m., assuming it was open? It wasn't open when we got here, but then you're looking at a return time of like 2 p.m. So now you're starting your morning in a cool down for 2 hours. And that sets everything back now. Now that you have to wait 2 hours for Space Mountain, or to get another lightning lane after Space Mountain, everything else starts to geometrically increase in terms of how long you have to wait for that attraction. And so you're not getting any of those immediate rides. So you sacrifice a lot of your potential, your lightning lane potential on a busy day if you are trying to, lightning lane Space Mountain at 2 p.m. This is going to take a lot of study. Certainly this is more complicated than just figuring out standby, which, again, after today, I'm like, shoot, I'm good with standby. even if with lightning lane in the way. Because, I don't know, it just feels more relaxed and more casual, and I don't feel like I'm like, but we'll see. We're going to do more. I intend to do a lot of these. Matter of fact, stay tuned to Tours Departing Daily, because I won't be doing a video on every lightning lane test. I will be just, using it and just collecting knowledge and collecting information, but I'll be doing that while I'm doing Tours Departing Daily videos. Walking around the park, having a good time, not really reporting. If you guys have seen that channel, but those acoustic videos are just me in the park and the camera and you. But those will begin to be including lightning lane purchases as well. Not that I'll be doing a lot of commentary about that. We won't be doing any analysis, but it's a thing. Stay tuned for that. Speaking of cool downs, about some Main Street to end the day. looking forward to the next effort. We're going to learn from what happened today, apply some of that to our next effort, adjust, advise, and hopefully do better than we did today. Even though we wind up doing a little bit better than it felt like we were going to do. Like I said, 9 attractions. I guess that's not so bad. I just got to figure out those big ones. Got to figure out how to handle Space Mountain, Indiana Jones. I tried my hardest. I tried really hard. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this show, want to show you support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbake. Join our newsletter. There's a link in the description. And I'll hopefully be able to break this down, this effort a little bit today, just kind of give you what my thoughts were in writing about what went right, what went wrong today. Follow us on Instagram at _freshbaked, on Twitter at freshbakedisney, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at freshbakedisney. And otherwise, thanks guys, thanks for watching, we love you. Be safe out there, be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.